Hey there, Aquarius, Sun, Aquarius, Moon, Aquarius, Rising. It's Maggie. Welcome to Moonlit Waters. Today we're going to take a look at the month of November for you. We're going to pull a Celtic cross, and then we're going to pull cards for health, wealth, love, and destiny. I'm going to be really interested to see what happens here. Spirit selected for you the Osho Zen, which is a very intense deck. So kind of curious to see what happens here. You do have Saturn still in your sign, but you also have Jupiter. Why is that there? Okay. You have Jupiter in your sign and moving direct. So everything's moving direct. This month of November, we have Uranus is still in retrograde, but everybody else is direct. We have a new moon happening on the 4th in Scorpio. That is your house of your Aquarius rising of career. And in we have a full moon happening in your house of home. So the new moon is a super new moon, but that full moon in Taurus is an eclipse. And so there's something about the balancing, and that's probably why we got these intense cards today. It was because it's going to be about the imbalance. It's about balancing your desires and the seeds of intention that you're planting in career versus home or some other aspect of whatever's going on. They're across the zodiac from each other, and they're both intense. And so that would be if you're Aquarius rising. Aquarius in another home, another house placement would be different, but it's still that energy of the yin and the yang and the finding the balance. And you have here the Queen of Swords morality for your overall energy. You're showing up for you, Aquarius. This is you. You are represented by the Queen of Swords in the Tarot. It is about knowing what is important and of value to you and being willing to trust yourself, trust your clarity of vision, trust that. Well, you have some amazing cards here. I think I want to be an Aquarius. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, let's go. So where do you find yourself? You find yourself with the energy of the Empress. That's where you find yourself. It says creativity. So there is something that you are trying to create in your life. Stay on the moral high ground. That would be the Queen of Swords. But it is a beautiful thing that you are trying to create. It brings with it though a big choice and a big decision that will affect not only you, but those in your life that are most important to you. On your mind, you have the King of Pentacles energy of abundance. This is you on your mind. You are like, how can I manifest in all areas everything that I want? How can I create for myself the things that I want and the things that I need? And so again, it's the balance again between work and life. How do I bring all this together? The energy to lean into is the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles here says ripeness. It's understanding that you are really close to the Ten of Pentacles, which means you are harvesting. It is almost time to harvest the richness, the ripeness of whatever it is that you have been working on. You're very close. You are very close. The challenge this month will be completing the cycle, and I'm going to think that you are not going to complete the cycle this month. That does not mean that you don't keep working toward it, but there's going to be a need to kind of wait. Divine timing is not quite there yet. You have silence. This is the Star card, though. So in your subconscious, you are really focused on what it is you really want, like the big dream, the big goal. And you're focused on taking the action in the outer world to like your thoughts. You're focused on what it is you want to manifest. It's really the as above, so below energy going on, which is beautiful. The obstacle, though, is the Ten of Pentacles. The obstacle is trying to complete the cycle. And since the energy is the ripeness of the 9, and that's what you're leaning into the completion of the cycle. You're just not there yet, but you have the opportunity. So what you're trying to manifest in the physical arena, you're not quite there, but the opportunity of manifesting in the emotional arena is there. You have the 10 of water, 10 of cups, you have harmony. So you can totally manifest emotional stability if you're willing to be a little bit patient on what you're trying to manifest in the outer realms. Things are coming in for you. In the energy of where you find yourself, like this is you're at the Lovers. Now this Lovers is interesting because they're totally looking at each other, and this feels like the energy of really being focused on that emotional satisfaction, like working in partnership. So when I say the Lovers card, generally speaking, it says to me that you are making a big choice, a big decision about something that affects those in your life that really matter and are important to you. And so you, in your innermost self, you are focused on this dream, this goal, this wish, in order to bring to you this partnership, this relationship that brings in the harmony. Your advice is super interesting. You have the energy of Uranus. Uranus rules your sign, co-rules with Saturn, which is currently in your sign, and that square that's coming up on December 24th is between Saturn and Uranus. So your sign is definitely going to be triggered by this. December 24th, the sun will have already just crossed the galactic center, where we started feeling the energy of Aquarius coming in last year. And so there is this download, this opportunity. The advice is to take action. The thunderbolt. I think it's going to surprise and shock people, but look at this. They're sitting in meditation and they're receiving downloads, and I think this is about you eliminating from your life the things that do not align with who you are, that do not bring in the harmony, that do not allow you to move. So I don't know what those things are, right? It could be things at work. It could be things at home. It could be relationship issues. It could be negative self-talk about yourself. It could be friends and family that do not align with your sense of who you are. This is you bringing down the structures around you that you've outgrown because of your spiritual growth and development. That is fabulous. In your environment, there's an opportunity for a new beginning. In your environment, we have the Fool. This is that new beginning that wants to be birthed through the creativity. Once you complete the cycle, the new one always starts. In your challenge, you have a 10. In your opportunity, you have a 10. No matter which way you go here, there is a completion of a cycle. And after the 10, there's the 0, the opportunity to start again. These are divinely guided changes that you're making. The choice, I think, comes down to you have a choice to level up in something financial that may not allow space in your life for the emotional harmony. And I think people are going to be surprised when you're like, yeah, I'm not taking that job transfer even though it's got a lot of money attached to it, because I don't want to move away from my friends, my family, my girlfriend, my wife doesn't want to move the kids, whatever, something. There feels like it's something like you have to be willing to, it feels like a sacrifice of something in order to bring in the new emotional beginning that is so much better for you. The outcome card is so like I said, I think this is the options that you're weighing. I think the downloads come. I think if you will take the time to sit in the silence and think about what it is that you truly want, what best serves the area of your life that you're most interested in creating this emotional harmony in your life, then I think sit there and listen to yourself. And what is it? And make the choice that is morally right for you. Because the advice, the outgoing here, it shows you sitting here in meditation. It is the Four of Cups. I think you're still getting the information. I think you're still tuning in to the downloads to decide, to discern, to figure out by being this ace, this Queen of Swords, what it is that really works for you. You have the Seven of Pentacles, which is patience. This cycle is not going to complete this month, but you have the opportunity to take steps toward the completion. And then we have the Moon, which is about past lives. So there is some karmic rebalancing that's going on. As you release the things that don't work for you, I don't know if you can see like all the people falling away. I think as you release and allow yourself to elevate in your spiritual growth, you'll be resonating at a higher frequency. We attract souls into our life that have the same frequency. And so no matter where we are, right? So if we're struggling, we'll say we're in the I need someone to rescue me mode. Then the knight in shining armor shows up. But the knight in shining armor needs someone to rescue, and that creates codependent relationship. And a lot of times you'll see that happen, right? And then what can happen is that together one understands that they can rescue themselves sometimes, and the knight will say, I understand I need to let you rescue yourself sometimes, and they can actually elevate together and move forward in a way that ends up unfolding beautifully. But for others, it's like one will start to grow and say, I don't want to have to rescue all the time. And the night and the damsel in distress will be, but I need someone to save me. And the knight's like, I can't be there all the time, and rides off. And then somebody else will ride in and save her. And I say him and her, but that's genderless. Okay, that's just because it's an imagery they're showing me. So for some of you, though, the damsel says, oh my gosh, I can do some stuff for myself. And the knight says, no, you need to let me be your rescuer all the time. And she's like, no, I can't breathe. And so she runs off, and he's like, oh, I need to go find a damsel in distress to save. And so that's how relationships can either elevate together or they can break apart because of the frequency level. But as you personally continue to grow and you've outgrown some of these steps, and now you become more self-assured, more integrated with your spirituality, you will attract to you people and opportunities. It's not always about the relationship. Sometimes it's the financial opportunities, it's the work opportunities, it's the just all kinds of opportunities, friends, relationships that match you where you are. So as you elevate, some relationships will have to fall away. They have to, because they don't maintain the same frequency. Some will grow with you, others will fall away. And that is just how it cycles. And you can't make other people grow. And so sometimes you have to say, I love you, but this doesn't work for me. I love this job, but I've outgrown it. I love this, my family, but I don't need to hang out with them all the time. My friends group is not who I am anymore. These things happen. And so I feel like what's happening is that as you are elevating, you are attracting in energies from past lives. And past lives is really a misnomer. It's other lifetimes and timelines that are all happening at the same time. But these energies, these souls that you know in this different vibrational energy level in another lifetime timeline are being attracted to you in this one, and you are going to connect. Because you can see here, there's a connection point. There is a coming together with like energy that is happening. You are drawing and attracting to you like energy, always. But this feels like it's a higher vibrational energy than the field that you were in previously. And so out here somewhere, there's this new opportunity, whether it's in career or relationship that's coming in for you. That is fabulous. That is fabulous. You just keep being you. And you keep doing you, and it's sometimes it's disappointing, but you don't have to blow up the world around you to move away from people, right? You can literally just start to distance yourself and fill your time with people that resonate or opportunities that resonate for you. And, you know, you can check in on other people, but you don't have to get sucked into their lower vibrational energy. This is a very embryonic time for you. We have the creativity of the Empress. The Empress is often depicted as a pregnant situation. This Seven of Pentacles here is depicting the pregnancy. So I want to say protect yourself while you're going through this developing stage. We have Teasel, which is protection. You have interconnection. I think this is you connecting with a willow. Gosh, those roots go so deep and they find the emotional waters, right? And my mom, she planted a willow tree in the backyard because she wanted a willow like her grandparents had at their farm when she was growing up, but they were on Lake Champlain, which had a lot of water. The lot of water that we had in our backyard was our well. We ended up having to drill a new well. And even though she's like, well, I planted it way away from it. Yeah, no, they will seek out the water. And so this interconnectiveness is the seeking out of the emotional connection. The emotional connection with somebody who is resonating on the same frequency level that you are. This silence, this focusing that you're doing, we have the violet introspection. This is going within and reflecting on who you are. And you have the chickweed perspective change. And even though these are the health cards, this feels like this is about your spiritual health more than anything. So, as far as physical health goes, and it was just, I don't really see anything here. So what I'm going to say as far as physical health goes, is to protect yourself from situations that bother you and annoy you so that you can maintain your center, your peace, because you're working on something really important here. I feel like migraine headaches could be a thing. The willow bark can be used to make aspirin, I believe. And so I'm thinking that you may have migraines that come through. You may need to keep yourself in the silence a little to let those things flow through. But I also want to encourage you to walk. And this violet, this introspection here, in the description box below, there is a violet flame meditation, and you can just lay in bed and listen to it and just release all the negative, lower vibrational energies and watch them bubble up to the surface and be transmuted into the white light. You have something really amazing happening here. Give yourself the gift of the space to allow it to happen. Be patient with the process. Spend as much time as you can in silence and in meditation. The messages that are specific for you will come through that way. This is a very general reading, but you guys have something really big happening here. All right, I don't know why, but I grabbed the love cards. We'll go back for the financial in a moment, but I think it's because love yourself enough to give yourself the space. The more you love yourself, the more you're going to attract that higher vibrational love into your life also. So, meditation is not about visualization. Sometimes it is, not this month. Meditation is about opening yourself up to the messages you hear in your heart space. You have Listen with Your Heart that came out. It's about allowing this love and the compassion for yourself to come through and the messages that you receive from the divine. You are listening to what is being said to you, but you need to listen with a loving heart. So as far as love goes, I'll give grace and space to other people too. When people say things that kind of irritate you and make you feel all tensed up, a perspective change, a paradigm shift of why are they doing that? Why, if it isn't what they said, what triggered them is the problem. And if you can figure out through asking gently those kinds of questions, you could say, okay, they flare up at you. Now, Aquarius, you can come back with a smart quick back and cut them to shreds if you want. But how does that really serve? If this is a relationship that really matters to you, that does not serve. So create the space for both of you. And then when emotions have cooled a little bit, then you say, so I'm just curious. I don't think when you snapped at me that was really what you were upset about. I think you were upset about that. Don't dismiss that. But I think that other things are bothering you. Do you want to talk about them? And then listen, not judge, and not try to fix the problem. Just listen. Because a lot of times we fix our own problems when we talk it out. And maybe they haven't done that yet. And I think, Aquarius, you talk a lot, and you know enough that when you say things that you're listening to yourself, and you sort out a lot of things that way. Give other people the room to do that. So you are limitless. Recognize the truth. You can do anything that you choose to do. You are limitless. This is my favorite card in all my decks. You are limitless. There's no limit to what you can do here, to whatever you choose to do, to elevate as high as you want. You're limitless. You can draw and attract to you the abundance of the universe by focusing on it, by focusing on the dream. You can manifest into reality your dreams. Not this month, but you are well on your way. You're well on your way. Your reading here consists of mostly pentacles and major arcana with a couple of cups thrown in. So, this is very divinely guided opportunities here. In the area of finances, you have decide what you want to become, plant the seed and let it transform in the spring as a butterfly of riches. Okay, so it's not happening overnight. I mean, you keep focusing on it with clear intention. And in the spring's not that far away now, right? Really not. This is November, so November, December, January, February, 4.5 months, like right after your birthday. And that would be your second house of finances, so happy birthday to you. And then you have Sunshine Daily. Payments in all forms are being processed for you now. Trust in your daily money. So you just keep focusing on what it is that you want to manifest in the 3D world, and it's coming. But also focusing on what brings in the emotional harmony in your life, and allow situations and relationships to fall away that do not elevate with you. because there are more coming. There are plenty more. Ooh, these are tough. Okay. There is a real need for you to stay in your own energy. Do not doubt your ability to manifest what it is you wish to manifest. That is really important. There is some challenges here. Okay? And you stay centered and focused on what it is you want and let the other noise go on around you and don't worry about it. You have adversity. I accept the challenges are the best way to learn. It's true. My dad used to say, why do you have to learn everything the hard way? Well, because then I learn it. Which I never said to him he would not have appreciated. But inside I was like, well, now I know it. All right, trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. So much meditation going on in this thing. You really need to tune in to who you are inside. Listen to the guidance of your higher self. You have failure. This does not mean you're going to fail. Failure is actually a made-up construct. It does not exist. There is just growth. There's no such thing as failure. That is a horrible lie that we've been telling ourselves for lifetimes, for eons, and it doesn't actually exist. There's no failure. There's trial and error. Like, I tried this. Oh, either this works or it doesn't work. But you learn and you grow. Oh, nope, that wasn't it. Ooh, I didn't like the way that worked out. That was fabulous, right? It's scientific experiments that we perform all the time. I have a question. I think this might work. I'm going to try it out. Let's see how it goes. And then we go, yeah, that part worked, that didn't. And then so I'm going to try this, and then I'm going to try this with it. And it is really just the scientific process that nobody realizes that they're doing. It's not failing. If you ask a scientist when they do an experiment and they have a hypothesis about what they think is going to happen, and then when they get all done, it doesn't happen like they thought, do they think that the experiment failed? No, because they learned that's not how that works. It's not failure. It's learning. It's growing. So I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn is the mantra that comes with that. We have doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. Ooh, Aquarius, that one's tough, right? I release the need to know all the answers. In your environment, there is the Fool energy. There is the opportunity for you to step off without knowing all the answers. And unless you take that leap of faith, you won't find out that you actually have angel wings and you can fly. And we have denial. And you're like, oh, that was a bunch of crap. No, it's not. No, it's not. You're not going to fail. You might get a little bumped and a little bruised, but you will grow and you will elevate. It's not failure. Denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. I acknowledge my fear. Okay, I think that if I try this, if I step off that cliff, I might just hit the bottom, and maybe my wings don't open up fast enough, right? But instead, you say, yeah, but I can always get back up and try again, because you can. We get to reinvent ourselves as many times as we need. And it's not it's not about how many times you fall off the cliff. It's about how many times you climb back up there. That's what it is. So don't be afraid. Spirit's got you. All right? Look like a very interesting month for you. Very interesting month. You have the opportunity to complete some cycles and elevate. So let me know how that goes for you. Your mid-month comes out in 2 weeks. I am on every day. I'm on Facebook. I have a little 2, 3, 4 minute video, sometimes 6. And the weeklies. where we check in the energy of the day and figure out how to best use it. So love to see you. Stop by and say hi, leave a comment, and I'll talk to you guys soon. This looks like a very interesting month ahead.